Well, I'm very excited for our team. We've come in here a lot of weekends and talked about what we could have done and what we should have done and what we didn't do, but we did it today, and I'm extremely proud of this team. We finally played a game as Norfolk State should play. We asked the guys to play with a little bit of energy, a little bit more excitement. The first penalty for celebration was on me because I wanted our guys to be excited about the crowd. I wanted our guys to be excited about homecoming. Our defense played as well as they could play. A lot of people have had a lot of things to say about our defense and what they haven't done, and those kids showed up and forced how many turnovers we get? Forced 5 turnovers and shut out football team that scored some points this season. So I'm very proud of Coach Tracy and his staff and our defense. But again, I'm just very excited that we were able to do this in front of a great homecoming crowd, tons of fans, tons of alumni, tons of friends. So it's just, again, exciting to be able to do this and to have our kids walk out here on Saturday and feel great about themselves.
Coach, in your tenure here, where do you think this game and this win ranks among the most complete wins you guys have had?
Well, it's a feeling of not necessarily satisfaction, but it's just, finally. And it's just one of these things where we know in our locker room who we are. We know in our staff room who we are. We know in our meeting rooms who we are. And it's just great for our kids to be able to come out and put it all together and have a great time doing it. We're getting runs called back and things like that, and it's not because guys are playing sloppy, it's because guys are trying to do whatever it takes to get their team in the end zone. I think Rabbit, unfortunately, had 2 touchdowns called back with guys blocking 15 yards down the field. And if you rip off a touchdown and you still have the first down, it means that there's a guy blocking downfield trying to get him in the end zone. But it's great, man, to see our defense come out and just play and just offensively. We didn't play as well in the second half, but when we needed to put some drives together to put some points on the board, we did. So, I don't necessarily think it's a statement win. It's just it's an opportunity, man, for our team to show people, that are involved with our program that. We've got a great thing going here, and we're fortunate enough to win this one. We've got another one to play next week, and our goal is to try to finish up this season as strong as we can.
You alluded to it earlier about the intensity you guys play with. It was something you could pick up on immediately. How much did you guys talk about that, and how much do you think that helped you guys even more with your success?
I talked to our guys today about just thinking about today. I read something this past week about the majority of us in life, we think about what happened yesterday. We think about what we have to do tomorrow. And we just asked our guys to focus on the day, and we told them to have a great time doing it. We met at the team hotel last night and just talked about having fun together and talked about all the crazy things that come into this. And, I know I've only got, 3 more weeks with Aaron Savage and Nigel Chavis and Gerald Hewlett and those guys. And I want to play as well as we can for those guys and coach as well as we can for those guys. So it was just something that we really made a concerted effort to do, and I wanted the guys to have fun. Again, the first penalty, I said, hey, guys, it's on me. I rip Devyn every week for celebrating after he gets interceptions in practice, and I ripped him again today after he did it, but we won't give the ball back to Morgan State after the pick.
Staying on that same topic, Booty, what was it like being on the field, being able to have just a fun time with the guys and playing with such an intensity in such a great atmosphere?
It definitely was excitement, but you got to tilt your head to the defense because shutout, and they gave us the ball numerous of times with opportunities to put points up on the board. So yeah, it starts with the defense, and we just making plays out there, explosive plays.
Yeah, and on the field for you, when you did get the ball back, it seemed like you were reading the field really well. It's one of the better games I've seen you play in your time here. So how and why were you able to do that?
Offense. That's the offense. The same offense that we've been running. That's the offense. It's about executing it. So the further that I go down the line, I execute the offense more than when I first got here. So it's the same offense, just execution.
Coach, your thoughts on Cody's efficiency today?
He makes it easy for us. We put the game in his hands, and we're very comfortable with him making plays for us. He made some great decisions down the stretch, pulling the ball to try to keep the clock going. He threw some big balls down the seam to DK, read things correctly, and obviously, when he comes out and he doesn't turn the ball over and he manages the game, he's one of the best quarterbacks in this conference, and I'll stand by that. And again, the biggest difference between our offense this year and any other year is just him maturing and being 20 or 21 instead of being 18. You know, and I think he works at it. He puts his time in, and the game's important to him. You know, the game's very important to him, and you know, you can make corrections with him, and he has thick skin. I mean, hey, he's been through a lot. You know, 3 weeks ago, the world wanted us to sit him down, but we know who he is, and we know what we have in him.
How much was that part of the game plan to kind of, I don't know if surprise is the right word, but Morgan State to come in with a vulnerable rushing defense. They had done decent against the pass, but you guys came out and threw the air right away.
I like our wideouts against anybody. I like Justin Smith, DeKendall James, Marquis Ellington, Tyler McElhaney. I like him against anybody in our conference. And we thought that there were some things that we could exploit. And the reality of it was we were trying to throw the ball to open the run game. You know, obviously when you hit the big ball to DK early, you know, it loosened some things up. And, you know, Justin made some plays, and Tyler made some plays, and Marquis made some plays. You know, and when you can do that, especially when you're throwing, some short, quick stuff, and those guys are making yards after the catch, those are just like runs. And, you know, it makes it easy for Pooty to read. And our kids up front did a great job protecting. I think he probably got hit once today, you know, where he shouldn't have gotten hit. But, you know, the kids on offense are playing well. And Morgan, man, they in the early stages of the game, they stopped the run, you know, better than we thought they were. You know, they put 8 in the box, and they kind of make you throw it. So, you know, that was kind of our thought process to throwing the ball a little bit more.
Devyn, what can you say about the defensive performance today with the shutout and the secondary's ability to intercept passes? What was the key for you guys?
Just go out there and make plays and just have fun. Just play the game plan Coach Tracy set up for us, and just go out there and execute.
And for you individually, what's it been like for you your first year here? You've already made some big plays. You're already becoming a stalwart on the defensive side of the ball. For you individually, what have you been doing, particularly these last few weeks, to improve?
Watching film, like learning new techniques, like taking things Coach Taylor tell me, like show me things, and just when it comes to game time, I just put it all in one and just go out there and play.
And on your 2 interceptions today, what did you see on the play?
I was all over him. Just seeing the ball in the air and go get it.
Coach, what can you say about Devyn and his performance today and his performance for the season?
He gets on my nerves. And that's the reality of it. You know, he's as talented as the day is long. And, you know, he's one of these young players that's a really good football player. And I think the edge that he has and some of the confidence that he has, you know, are what makes him who he is. And believe me, I mean, we get in knockdown, drag-out arguments in practice because I'm trying to get him to continue to mature. But with that, I don't want to take away, you know, the not the arrogance, but just the confidence that he has, you know, when he plays corner. Because when you play that position, you gotta be a little bit different. And you know, I'm very pleased with his progress. And you know, as you said, Coach Taylor's done a great job with him. I mean, you can take a true freshman and play in this league. You know, he's got a chance to be really good as long as he continues to mature.
How important is it for you guys schematically to get those young running backs out on the edge?
Man, I try to tell you. I mean, those guys are home run hitters. You know, they give you the opportunity to do some things that we hadn't had in the past. I mean, if you look back at what we were able to do, you know, everybody, you know, talked about, you know, what are the issues with the offensive line. Well, you know, some of the issue with the offensive line is that sometimes if the play was blocked for 6, that's all we got. And these guys are doing some things with the ball in their hands that are scary. You know, as I said, I mean, Rabbit rips off 2 long touchdowns to get called back. And, you know, Kevin, you know, made some plays today. I think, you know, Rabbit had 30 carries. It's 30 for 147. I mean, that's a grown man day, you know, for a freshman. And, you know, with all the things that have gone on in the running back room with, you know, with Savage and Hewlett and those guys, we're just very fortunate to have these 2 freshmen play as well as they're playing.
I think when we talked earlier this week about finishing, and I think that last drive was one of the most impressive for you guys all season, knowing that you guys were milking the clock and getting the first downs over and over again. 12 minutes, I think, the drive lasted. Just what can you say about that last drive and finishing the way that you did?
Well, you know, Coach Torrey is a great offensive line coach, and he'll ask you, hey, Coach, put it on our back. And our kids, you know, they want the challenge. You know, KJ Kirby and Justin Redd and Dom Jordan and, you know, Jalen Powell and Taro Lipscomb, I mean, those guys are very prideful in who they are and what they do. And you know, we didn't have a ton of rushing yards prior to that, you know, to that drive. But I mean, you know, we snapped the ball 80 times today, and we can snap the ball 80 times today, and you know, you've got, you know, 29 first downs. I mean, that means that you're making some hay up front, and you know, no first downs were bigger than those first downs at the end to keep the clock on, because we really wanted to try to keep the shutout for our defense, and we just didn't want to give those guys the ball back.
Hootie, how do you think this game and this performance, the way you guys played, can help you guys finish the rest of the season, these last 3 games?
It's definitely a ego boost because you get a win. Any win will boost your ego. So just finishing the season. We obviously want to win the rest of the season, and just probably won't dwell on this one too long, but probably want to enjoy it. Then tomorrow, back to the drawing boards for next week.
Thanks.